Kelly, big game on Saturday. County football final again for Shelmaliers. It's been familiar territory over the last few years. A new opponent this year in Adamstown. It's their first final in 29 years. How have preparations been going for the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, preparations have been going really well. To be honest with you, after the semi-final, we kind of put it behind us and we just said, you know what, from here on in, we're going to nail down. We have 2 weeks for a 60-minute game, so give it all for the next 2 weeks and prepare well, both on and off the field, and then see how things go on Saturday.
With a 2-week break after a semi-final, do you train hard? I know you might always train hard, but do you do physical or was it mostly football?
Don't really want to be given that way now. No, we keep training the way we have been training. Rest is everything to us as well. As players, obviously things are different this year, and we don't have to mix the county and club together. So probably clubs themselves probably prefer the fact that we actually get to benefit of all the county players playing with clubs and getting to train as a full team. So yeah, our training has just been it's been normal, 2 nights a week. So keep that going.
Have you enjoyed the break between county and being able to focus solely on your club?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I do prefer being able to solely concentrate on the club. I think COVID has probably affected loads of different people in many different ways. But in relation to the club, I think it's benefited all clubs just to have all their players being able to train and play together.
Just from the last game, the 2 semi-finals, from what I've seen, the standard has risen, and possibly that's because every club has their county players back training 2 or 3 nights a week. Yeah,
I'd agree with you. I think it's been a massive benefit to the clubs, and I think our club especially will be very happy with that. We've always been a club that would produce a number of county players. So for all of us to be able to train together as a team and play together as a team, I think it's benefited us anyway.
There's been a couple of new faces there in the team again this year, and I suppose Shelmaliers have done that a lot over the last few years. Just you always seem to blood young players coming through.
Yeah, we've got a mix of youth and experienced players. Start with experienced players, like we still have Leona Tector playing there. She's a master stalwart for the team and always has been. It's someone that I probably looked up to when I was a young child playing, and now to be kind of playing in that middle age, we've got a great number of players there. And I said, as for the younger players, we've likes Ciara Banville. We've good players coming through, and in fairness to Pat and all our management team, he does bleed them in well.
Yeah, just touching on the semi-final, he's had a titanic battle across the bag. You know, they put it up to you for mostly the whole game, and he's just scraped over the line, as champions do. How did you feel? Do you feel that's going to benefit you going into the final?
Yeah, a tough game will always benefit you. I've always been a player to say that you'd learn more from losers than you'll ever learn from wins. We were obviously happy to get over the line. That was our aim before the game, before the 60 minutes. Our aim was to get to another county final. I think a lot of credit was due to Crossbeg. I think they played brilliant on the day, and I don't think they were given enough credit for it. I genuinely think that they're an up-and-coming team, and in the next couple of years they'll be there and abouts in a county final themselves. Another
up-and-coming team obviously is Adamstown. We spoke about it for the first time in 29 years. They're in a final. What do you know about them, or how big of a task do you see that they're going to be on Saturday?
Yeah, we know Adamstown very well. They know us very well. We've played them already in the group stages this year, but not only this year, we've played them for the last couple of years.
It was a draw, was it?
Yeah, the group stages was a draw. It was a very tough battle. It's always going to be a tough battle with Adamstown. They are an up-and-coming team, and I'd just like to congratulate them for getting into the county final this year.
It's obviously new territory for yourself and your teammates. You've been in a lot of finals over the last 10 or 15 years. You're going to play in front of an empty stadium in Bellfield on Saturday. How do you think that's going to affect your preparation or affect your maybe spirit going into it?
Well, playing the semi-final, it was kind of strange not having your supporters there. Obviously we'd like to have our supporters there, but there's nothing that can be done about it. But in relation to the county final, I think we just need to put our heads down. It's a 60-minute game and anything can happen. Anybody knows anything can happen in the county final, so we just need to work as hard as we can work for each other on and off the field leading up to that match on Saturday, and then hopefully all goes well. We'll become home county champions. And
lastly, of course, the Shelmaliers have already won the senior hurling title. So how much would it mean for you to bring back the Noel Quill Cup and to make that a double?
Yeah, look, the Noel Quill Cup, it has a very special kind of impact on our club. With Pat has been over us for a numerous amount of years, and it is Pat's son, so we're not going to give it up easy, and we just hope there's 60 minutes there and hope that we can come out on top on Saturday.
Well, Kelly, the very best of luck, and wish you all the best on Saturday.
Thanks,
Sponsors of the Ladies Football Championship, and today's game is brought to you by Moore's Barn. is a family-run business company down in Kilmore, which has been in business for the past 20 years. And the ball is in. Kevin Carty throws in the ball. Aileen Gilroy lines out middle of the field. We can see a few positional switches straight away. Quick ball inside into Sandra Thorpe, who won a lot of ball out in front of last day. Gets the first blood. Steps inside Aileen Gilroy. She's in the edge of D and she kicks a great score with the instep. That's a super positive start, Lizzie. And you can see Adamstown's intent straight from the start.
Yeah, direct ball in, like Sandra Thorpe was instrumental in that role in the semi-final, out in front, quick ball in, runners off the shoulder.
Quick kick out this time. I think we're going to have very little chance to breathe in this game. With speed of Deirdre Fox's kick out straight away. Out to Sarah Harden-Kenny. She breaks one tackle. She gets advantage. She breaks the second tackle. Well tackled there by Ellen O'Brien. Kevin Carty looking to play advantage, and it's a free out for Sarah Harden. Sarah taking the game to Adamstown. Only 20 seconds gone on the clock, and Aileen Gilroy registers her first point from play. Ball here now with Michelle Harding. Michelle Harding breaks a tackle and hand goes up from Kevin Carty. She's got Ellen Neville on the far side of the field. Ball intercepted really well there by Lynn Cowman. Lynn Cowman, Kevin Carty tells his opposition player to get up. Roisin Murphy plays a little ball inside into Leona Tector. Leona Tector have lost that ball. Well tackled there by Cathy O'Brien. Gives the ball outside to the dangerous Clara Donnelly. Clara's done a lot of work with that left foot, but this time it just lets her down a little bit and kicks the ball to her left and wide. And again, Lizzie, you can see Adamstown playing with a little bit of a breeze. They got that ball fast into Sandra Thorpe, and she made a great catch and lay off to Aileen Gilroy.
Yeah, and a super finish from Aileen, as in really trying to lay down the marker.
Anne-Marie Dunphy now away with a quick kick out again. Ellen O'Brien will drop and get on a lot of play. Looks to control this game. She gets away with advantage there. Kevin Carty looking to let this game flow, and that's what we want to see. Ball across here to the captain, Patrice O'Gorman. She looks across the field to look at her options, takes a solo. She's been well tackled there by Ciara Donoghue. Back to Cathy O'Brien, throws a little sidestep, takes a little dummy solo, drives past the tackle of Ciara Donoghue, gives a little ball into her older sister Ellen O'Brien. Ellen takes a solo as she likes to do. Chantel is down in the corner, gives the ball into the ever running Sandra. Well won there by Sarah Harden-Kenny in front. Good hand in by Sandra Thorpe. Great battle here in the early stage, won by Sive McCarthy. Out to Kelly Carney, who will drive this team up and down the field. Gives the ball across there to Ciara Bamble. Ciara Bamble scribbles the ball down here long here to Leona Tector. Left footed pass inside to Ailish Neville. Ailish Neville and Ciara Donoghue get the wires crossed, but Ciara Donoghue does really well, wins that ball. Tackled by Patrice O'Gorman. Space in the full forward line now for Clara Donnelly to run into. She's got no support. She's going to have to go herself. She takes it back. She goes with the left foot, and in fairness, that's a super score her left foot. Lizzie, Clara looked up. She'd nobody in front of her, but she done it all herself.
Yeah, absolutely, and as in there was real pressure on her in relation to that attack, but she sidestepped, and a really good finish with her left foot.
Blistering start, Lizzie. 2.5 minutes gone on the clock, 1 point apiece. We have a great tempo here.
Yeah, super tempo, and as in again, we've mentioned the kickouts already, as in they've been hugely important. So, just see, I think it's Sarah Harding-Kenny down here, just from the collision just earlier in play. Accidental knock. I think Sandra was coming out to receive the ball and just stepped over, but no, it seems to be okay. As
we said the last day, Sarah will probably be down a few times, but it's not because she's stuffed, because she goes into so many hard tackles. Kick out this time, Anne-Marie Dunphy. She goes long this time. There's a lot of space in midfield. Well worked kick out. Something off the training ground maybe. Won by Aileen Gilroy. She's 45 yards out from goal. She's got 2 inside. She takes 2 solos. She looks the ball really well looped on the loop to Sandra Thorpe. Gives in to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen O'Brien takes a dummy solo. Steps inside Roisin Murphy. Can she step in? She does step inside Sarah Harden. And really, really good work there again. You mentioned Anne-Marie Dunphy played out the field, but she's got a huge kick out. We've seen it against Clonee, and obviously maybe something off the training ground. Sucked all the Shelmaliers players in and ball over the top to Aileen Gilroy and into space.
Yeah, certainly something from the training ground. She has the distance to deliver that. So a free within scoring range from Chantel and Soccer Style. She's going to take it off the ground. It's certainly within our range.
It's been a feature of the score so far. We've seen Amy Wilson the last game kicking with the left foot off the ground, and that's another super score from Chantel Martin to move Adamstown into a 2-1 lead with 4 minutes gone on the clock. Kick outs again to Deirdre Fox. Deirdre Fox looks out long. She's got Ciara Donoghue. No movement short. It looked to be going long. Long here to Ciara Bamble. Ciara Bamble and Katie White. Katie gets the hand to it first. Won well there by Ellen O'Brien. But Shauna Murphy won't give up on the fight there. Gets it up. Cathy strong on the ball. Gets her body in over. Gives it back to Katie White. Katie looks up. Takes a bounce. That was probably 2 bounces, yeah. Just looked up that time and there was no movement inside. And she decided to take a play, but Shauna Murphy stands over the ball. We know Shauna's one of the best distributors of her football. She does really well that time. Gives it off to Ailish Neville and makes a good run out in front. She gets her head up quick. There's 2-on-2 inside. Clara takes a couple of plays of the ball. She's been stood up there by SJ Flood. SJ And we haven't even got our bearings in this game yet to see all these positional switches and see who's lining up where. It's been helter-skelter for the first 5 minutes. Two players fighting for the ball. Shauna Murphy's moved up the field. A goal chance here for Shelmaliers. Falls to Ciara Donoghue. Gives the ball really well across to Ailish Neville. A goal for Shelmaliers. A goal for Shelmaliers. And again, Shauna Donoghue raided up the field. Gave a lovely ball into Clara. And Adamstown defence just switched off for a second and got a ball in over the top, and Ailish Neville finished really, really well to the bottom corner, Lizzie.
Yeah, as in Ailish, she's a super footballer and she put herself into a really good position, and yeah, a little bit of switch off defensively, and Ailish Neville is not going to miss from there.
1-1 to 2 points, 5.5 minutes gone. Anne-Marie Dunphy with a great kick out to the wing again, won this time by Jasmine Martin, younger sister of Chantel. She's number 15 on her back, but she's not lying now corner forward at the moment. Gives the ball to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen's been on the ball 5 or 6 times in this first 5 minutes. Gives it across to Aileen. Aileen Gillian, as you can see, has been matched up by Roisin Murphy. Gives a great ball into Chantel. She's got her little sister off her shoulder. Gives it to her. Gives the ball in again to Aileen. Good move here from Adamstown. Sarah Harden slips. Aileen Gilroy goes for a monster score, and she kicks it to the left and wide. And referee was in a great position. Good move there from Adamstown. Lizzie just didn't get to finish.
Yeah, nice little bit of patient build up, as in Jasmine Martin coming from deep, getting onto that, and Aileen well able to finish from there, well worth a try. So just skewed off wide just at the end.
Sarah Harden picking up that breaking ball. She's tackled high there by Chantel. You see that kick out hanging in the air from Deirdre Fox, and it just broke there between Chantel and Sarah Harden. And Sarah Harden comes out with Lizzie. Am I right in saying, I'll say Sean and I was picking up Aileen Gilroy, maybe Roisin is just sitting. I don't seem to have anyone from Adamstown sitting.
No, as in, I think I'm just trying to locate up. Roisin's on the free here, so I think Roisin, they seem to alternate between them. It's Sean or Roisin that seems to be picking up, and I think Roisin Murphy is picking up. Is it Rachel Power? It looks like Rachel Power at the minute.
No sweepers here anyway. It's a nice open game of football. Ellen O'Brien needs support. She breaks one tackle. She has advantage. She gets her head up, and she gets Kevin Carty brings the ball back for free. Really think this advantage rule has benefited the game, Liz.
Massively, Anthony. The stop-start nature used to be irritating over the years. As in players want that. That's what they want, and it leads to a really good, open, fast-flowing game of football, which we're seeing in front of us here today. Aileen
Gilroy, we've seen her kicking one of these in the semi-final. She's 45 yards out. She has the distance. The breeze is behind her. If you're joining us now, Adamstown 2 points, Shelmaliers 1-1. The little bit of a breeze, that's a bomb of a kick from Aileen Gilroy, and that is a super score from Aileen Gilroy, and Lizzie all her women's AFL kicking practice into full forward there.
Yeah, super finish, super strike, and that's what she's capable of. And as in, you think you're giving away maybe a free in an area there that's maybe not a scoring opportunity, but a fantastic strike from Aileen Gilroy.
Whether it's with the wind or not, Adamstown pushing up on Shelmaliers, not allowing Roisin Murphy to sit deep. Aileen pushing up on Roisin there, Patrice pushing across the Ellen level, so they're not obviously going to allow Shelmaliers to settle into this game. Ball back from Ellen O'Brien. Ellen gives it back here to her midfield. Rachel Power worked so hard the last day. Gives it across to Ellen, as we said, has been on a lot of ball in this half. Seems to be being picked up by Ellen level. Spilled there by a little accidental hit to the face. Fairness, two girls were going for the ball. Michelle Harding and Lynn Cowman. Not much there. So just Lizzie, if we get our bearings when we have a player down. Just trying to see the shape of the two teams. It seems to be player for player, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's actually Roisin Murphy that's picking up Aileen Gilroy, which Shauna Murphy picking up Rachel Power.
Roisin Murphy in well that time just to dispossess. Don't think that's a line ball to Shells. Adamstown 3 points. Shelmaliers 1-1. We have 9 minutes gone on the clock. Ball in now to Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly takes a few plays around the middle. She drives past her tackle. SJ Flood gives the ball into Eleanor Neville. Eleanor Neville gives a great ball back to Clara Donnelly. Straight through the middle go Shelmaliers. Gives the ball out here to the right to Ciara Bamble. Ciara Bamble drops a dangerous ball in there. Anne-Marie Dunphy deal with that well. Great little side foot pass out to Cathy O'Brien. Cathy O'Brien has been met there by Michelle Harding. She drives past her, gives a good ball inside, but Roisin Murphy reads that really well and gets to the ball in front of Rachel Power. She drives past. Number 4 is Roisin Dillon, who is back in from the semi-final. Gives the ball. Kelly Carney gives a dummy back inside. Good tackle there by Katie White. Stops her up. Roisin is blocked down by Rachel Buckley. Rachel Buckley fighting hard there with Leona Tector. Not giving any space to Shelmaliers here is the Adamstown defence. Leona Tector swings a great ball across. Dangerous ball here again. A goal for Shelmaliers again. A dangerous ball across to the back post. They just left Ciara Banville unmarked, and in fairness to Ciara Banville, Lizzie, she squeezed that just under the legs of Anne-Marie Dunphy and finished with aplomb.
Yeah, there was very little space in there, Anthony, and you know, she came in at the back post, timed that run and just got on the ball, and Shells will be delighted with that.
Like Leona Tector didn't give up on her, she swung that trusty left boot at it. This is not the start. It would be the start. Ball over the top here now for Aileen Gilroy in acres of space. Jasmine Martin is herring down this line in front of us if she can find her. Ball chance here now for Adamstown to pull back a score. Shane Milliers have worked back into defence really, really well. Aileen has a chance, gives a left hand pass across to Chantel. Chantel on that left boot, and that's a nice response from Adamstown. And Lizzie again, Adamstown using the breeze. A great ball over the top from the kick out and a great response to the goal.
Yeah, playing quite direct actually, and it's working well for Adamstown, you know, as in direct, but there's a small bit of control. You know, Aileen got on it in there, kept control of the ball, waited till the option was on, and of course we've all seen Chantel in that area, as in, you know, you're fairly sure she's going to pop it over the bar off that left peg.
Short kick out from Deed Fox to Cy McCarthy. Adamstown pressing hard, good work there from Shell Milliers. Roisin Murphy solid on the ball, gives the right hand pass out to Sarah Harden-Kenny. Sarah Harden-Kenny will take on her player. She plays two solos. Sarah has the tan well done for today. Fairness to her, she always does. Clara Donnelly on the ball. Been really busy in this first few minutes. Well done. Great tackle there from the fullback of Anya Shannon. Anya Shannon is marking Eilish Neville. That's sure to be a great battle. Ellen O'Brien takes on her player, goes past Eilish Neville. She's been tackled really hard by Eilish. Eilish does really well to get the second or third tackle in, and another tackle. She's backed up by Sarah Harden-Kenny. Brilliant teamwork there from Shell Milliers. Gives it across to Patrice O'Gorman. Patrice has been quiet in this first 10 minutes, just settling into the game. Gets the ball to Ellen. She looks to be tackled there by Eilish Neville. Plays a 1-2 with SJ Flood. SJ gives a quick ball inside to Sandra Thorpe lets that one slip through her grass, but she gets her head up. She sees Jasmine Martin inside. Pila gives a great ball across to Jasmine Martin. Goal chance here for Shemiliers. Great save by Deirdre Fox. Again, Lizzie. Adamstown, quick football. Sandra Thorpe showing the whole time. Jasmine Martin is after peeling off the shoulder twice. Brilliant ball into her, but a brilliant save by Deirdre Fox.
Yeah, great piece of play from Adamstown, you know, and Shells had stopped them up around the middle third, but the support runnings from behind, you know, allowed Adamstown to have a platform for that attack. Sandra Thorpe again, great movement inside, and you know, Jazz made a great run off the shoulder. Good effort, hit the target, but Deirdre Fox was equal to the task.
Adamstown 4 points, Shell Milliers 2 points, 4 scores to 3, but Shell Milliers have those 2 crucial goals. They lead by 3 points, 12 and a half minutes gone. Aileen Gilroy kicks a great ball inside. Michelle Harding does really well to hold on to that under pressure from KUI. Great support line from Sarah Harden-Kenny. Takes a hard tackle on the way out. Probably should have got it free, but doesn't. Turned over to Aileen Gilroy. Aileen Gilroy takes a solo, gives the ball across. No, she doesn't. She goes by Sarah Harden-Kenny. She's going for her own score, and she kicks that one to the left and wide. Really well policed there by Shauna Murphy. Referee looks like he's going to try and let this one flow, which should add to a great game. Deirdre Fox kicking from her 13-metre line. She's got Roisin Murphy to her left. She looks out long. She sees Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville been tackled there by Lynn Cowman. Breaking ball picked up by Roisin Murphy. And here comes Kelly Carney raiding down to the middle. She gets a head up. She looks inside. She takes a solo. She drives past SJ Flood. She gives the ball to Leona Tector coming out in the loop. Leona with a little pass inside to Eilish Neville. Eilish Neville stands up. Anya Shannon works the ball back. A good defending there from Adamstown. Great block again there by Lynn Cowan. Ball in the face there from the brave Rachel Buckley. Recycled to Ellen Neville. Ellen Neville puts the ball. Seems to be advantage for a push. And it probably should be from a 21-yard free, the referee says. Yeah. So, Lizzie, a really, really great, brave block there from Rachel Buckley, but probably a silly foul. Eleanor Neville was kicking under pressure. Kicked the ball wide. But from where it lands, obviously it'll have to come out to 13 and probably a tap over for Leona.
Yeah, no, certainly a tap over. I suppose it's important, and the discipline will be hugely important, particularly, you know, I think it's going to be a tight affair. Obviously 7 points to 4, it just gives Shez that opportunity to get that 4-point lead, you know. Rachel Buckley still down over there, so took a heavy shot to the face, seems to be okay, and just taken back up her position, but as Leona steps over the free.
Leona looks to go with the front of the boot, a strange kicking style, but Leona's very accurate in fairness. And she makes it 2-2 to Shell Millers, 4 points to Adamstown. We've got 14 and a half minutes, probably the last play before the water break. You see Adamstown straight line down the field for most Adamstown players. Patrice O'Gorman has lost Kelly Carney on the left. Can Anne-Marie Dunphy find her? Roisin Murphy sits back in the pocket. and the wind might take that over the line. Maybe Patrice keep down. It's a great kick out by Emery Duffy, well kept in. That's surely fouled there by Roisin Murphy. Roisin Murphy could be in a little bit of trouble here. Kevin Carty, no, Patrice, he's going to have a word here with Roisin. He's going to give her a tick and give her the benefit of the doubt. I think probably the right call. It didn't deserve a yellow card.
No, certainly not. You know, just both going hard for the ball. Definitely a free, but yeah, no, tick is absolutely.
15 minutes, 15 seconds. Ball played back to Lynn Cowman from Catty O'Brien. Catty been well tackled there by Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy gives the ball to Ellen. Ellen always willing to come on the loop and get on the ball. Good tackling there by Ellen on level. 2, 3, 4 tackles on her there in 2 seconds. And Shenmairs obviously know how to win finals, Lizzie, and their tackling is tigerish at the moment.
No, they're excellent, and as in they're really showing their big game experience here. You know, the opportunities that they've had, they've been really clinical, and they're doing a lot to try and delay the Adamstown play and try and kind of stop the attack further out the field. So working really, really hard.
Aileen Gilroy on this ball again, comes out around 45, looking to get this team moving. Gives the ball to Catty. Catty takes on Roisin. No way through there, says Roisin. Gives the ball across to Patrice O'Connor. Patrice in the edge of the, takes a solo, drives through Michelle Harding. Maybe just a shoulder charge. It's always a funny one, Lizzie. I find it one of those tackles in ladies football that kind of annoys me sometimes. You have a player, she might turn her shoulder, but who mightn't charge, and then obviously if you take the hit and you go down, it's usually a charge. But like, what's a player supposed to do? Like, dip her head into a tackle, or you sort of do it to protect yourself more than anything?
Yeah, it's a really hard one, Andy. And you know what? Sometimes you can see frees go the opposite way. You know, often if the person who the defender is standing, and if their feet are stuck, and they can be called for I suppose, you know, standing up the player and barging. But it's a frustrating one, and it was hard on Patrice there, but probably the right decision as we head into the water break.
Yeah, that's obviously why we encourage the coach to roll off, isn't it? You get by them tackles, but 2-2 to 4 points. We've got 4 points, 4 scores apiece, but crucially, Lizzie, as you said, Shelmairs have been ruthless like they always are, and clinical in front of goal. They've got 2 goal chances, and they just nestle them nicely in the bottom corner.
Yeah, I suppose it's something that we're all too familiar with the Shells game. You know, they're great at just getting those goals at really, really important times. Like, very little between the two teams. I think we'd all agree that it's been a fairly even contest, but the 2 goals obviously are the difference at this stage in the game. Yeah,
and I suppose from Adamstown point of view, they're well in this game. Obviously the scoreline obviously doesn't reflect how well they've been in this game. They're playing with a bit of a strong breeze. Shelmairs will be delighted with those 2 goals, obviously, because they probably don't warrant a 4 points lead for the possession that Adamstown have had, but goals are crucial.
Yeah, goals win games, Anthony, the old cliche, you know, and you know, D Fox made a save down the other end, which, you know, I suppose, you know, on the scheme of things, that goes in, and it's a different contest again, you know. So it'll be interesting. We've talked about the water breaks and whether that there's a shift in momentum or what happens, you know, as in the game is kind of settled now, as in people have settled into who's marking who, the matchups are there. So this quarter, I think, will be very interesting.
But you can see the increase in standard. Right, we had an increase in standard, obviously, from the junior A up to intermediate, and you can see these two teams, fitness-wise, condition-wise, are at a high level.
Absolutely. Skill-wise, you know, like tactical prowess as well. You know, I mean, the kickouts, as we mentioned, it's just plays such a huge part in games, and they've been pretty good on both sides, to be fair.
Back underway, a 2-minute water break there from Kevin Carty for the teams. Ball really well placed. Oh, big hit there from Aileen Gilroy on Ciara Banville. Turns over that ball, and I suppose the Adamstown posse on the wall aren't happy, but in fairness, she wasn't. I don't know if it was really a foul, is he? Probably just the strength of Aileen there on young Ciara Banville.
Yeah, I kind of missed it, Anthony, to be honest with you, as you want to get on to me now for sitting on defence, but I think, yeah, it was more of a collision. I just caught the end of it, more of a collision. I don't think there was 2 players going to the ball, and it was just a collision of 2 players.
Arsene Wenger's back with me this weekend. Doesn't see any of the controversial incidents. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, folks. Hopefully there's a good crowd tuned in. We have 19 minutes and 15 seconds, as I said. Today's game, the championship has been sponsored by Brodybow this year, and today's game is brought to you by Moore's Barn in Kilmore. Big supplier of outdoor timber products and garden furniture, kids' garden furniture, gazebos, garden rooms, so check them out. The party the meal, the dinner will be in full swing in Mary Barry's and in the Golden Anchor, I'm sure by now. And where will the Noel Quill Cup end up this evening is the big question. Aileen Gilroy looks inside. She looks to move it along. Kevin Carty tells her to go back a step, kicks the ball straight into the sweeper, Roisin Murphy. Well won there by Sandra Thorpe. When Roisin comes driving out, showing all her experience. Jasmine, Sandra Thorpe gets strong, or Katie White gets in strong over that ball. Aileen steps back out into the space. She looks up. Great tackling by the Shelmaliers. They're getting bodies back in around that ball. Not much space for Adamstown. They're going to have to work really hard to get space here today. Ellen gives the ball across to, well blocked there by Sarah Harden-Kenny. She made a tackle on Ellen and was able to get across and make a great block on Catty. Gives the ball out now to Ciara Donoghue. Ciara Donoghue, probably like her two brothers with the Shelmaliers, will run up and down the field all day. Out to Clara, another person who is full of running. Steps inside SJ Flood really well. Gives a long high ball inside between Anya Shannon. Ailish Neville wins this battle this time. She looks to get out of trouble. Anya not giving her any space. Gives the ball. Leona looks inside. She sees a runner in this time from Ciara Donoghue. Ciara Donoghue is all on her own. Someone needs to come to the ball for both sides. Ciara Donoghue grabs it. She steps back inside. Recycles out to Clara Donnelly. Clara gives a dangerous ball again back to Ailish Neville. She looked like she was in the square, but comes across out of the square. Works it back out to Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville, dangerous. Oh, well saved there by Anne-Marie Dunphy. Picks up there by Patrice at 45. But again, Lizzie, this back post, maybe Adamstown switching off, ball watching a little bit and leaving someone spare on the back post.
Yeah, what seems to be happening, Anthony, is Shells are coming out deep to receive the ball, to leave that space inside, and Adamstown are getting sucked out with their players, and then runners ghosted in on the back post. They're just being lost. So, I mean, it could have been another goal scoring opportunity.
Ball recycled back now from Kelly Carney from the 45. Clever play, doesn't have the distance, given into Roisin. Roisin breaks the tackle, gives it to Eleanor Neville. Down to Michelle Harden. Good ball into Ailish Neville. Ailish with a high ball across Roisin, shows good hands there. Burst through 3 or 4 tackles, but maybe the rugby there just coming into play a little bit with Roisin. She borderline on the 4 to 5 steps maybe. And Kevin Carty judged her to overcarry the ball. Michelle Harden drops back into the space, just using her experience. Ball with Anne-Marie Dunphy. Lizzie, a vital hand by Anne-Marie Dunphy in that last one. If Adam Shelmaliers had looked at the scoreline and it was 3-2 to 4 points, they'd have been very disappointed.
An absolutely vital save. You know, that would have really lifted Shells to another level, and it would have really put pressure on Adamstown. You know, still a 4-point game, 4-point to 7-point game would have been maybe unfair, but as in that doesn't matter in county finals. An
interesting sub now as well for Shelmaliers. Lizzie, plenty of experience coming on.
Yep, the experience. Maeve Quayle, I think she's come in for
Ciara Bamba got a knock that time.
So as in huge experience from Maeve. You know, would be a great addition to the Shells team as well.
Ball this time with Ellen O'Brien again. Ellen gives a lovely pass down to Jasmine Martin. Jasmine Martin, like dancer's feet there, skips by Roisin Murphy, gives it out to Katie White. Katie with that, I was going to say, trusty left boot. She gives it back to Rachel Buckley. Rachel Daly, and Aileen's been tackled, and in fairness, Shelmaliers are bringing a serious intensity to this game. Gives the ball across to Rachel Power. Rachel Power's on a lot of ball the last day. She hasn't seen much of it so far in this first 20 minutes. Gives it to Aileen Gilroy. Aileen Gilroy being followed there by Michelle Harden. Not a lot of space inside for that for that Adamstown forward line. Been really, really well defensively set up here. Aileen drives through the middle. Gives the ball across to Catty. Catty goes on to her left, cuts back onto her right. Again has to recycle. Aileen Gilroy off the instep and another super. I thought it was a score. The way it was shaping up, but just the wind didn't catch it. But again, Lizzie, Adamstown having to fight for every inch to try and get a shot off there in that defence for Shelmaliers.
Yeah, ferocious work from Shelmaliers, and you know, as in every shot is really having to be worked, really having to be worked hard. You know, so Shell's on the attack again. Kick
out excellently placed again by Deirdre Fox out to Sive McCarthy. And when that time Sive gets it across there to Roisin Murphy. Roisin's been very, very influential and busy on the ball in the first 25 minutes. Clara skips by the defender again, gives the ball across to Maeve Quill. Maeve gives a lovely simple ball inside to Clara, but just goes to ground there and it's well cut out there by Anya Shannon. Comes forward now to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen gets her head up quick, moves into Chantel. Again, Shelmaliers look to have a lot of bodies back. They're very, very well set up, very structured. Ball from Ellen O'Brien down to Jasmine. Jasmine Martin to win in this battle here with 18 Fitzgerald in the first 20 minutes. Gives the ball back to Katie, but now the play seems to slow down again for Adamstown. Shell's transitioning from attack to defence really, really well. Back there to Rachel Power. Gives a little ball into the Sandra Thorpe who's showing. She's the link play. Gives it across to Aileen. Tackled really well there by Sarah Harden-Kenny again, and Aileen drags the ball to the left wide. But you can see the pattern developing, Lizzie. Obviously, if they're going to link the play, they need to get the ball into Sandra, and Sandra's obviously able to get the runners off the shoulder, but Shell's really working really hard to get bodies back.
Yeah, and that's the big feature, and I suppose maybe the big difference at this stage in the game. Shells are getting bodies back behind the ball defensively very, very quickly, whereas Adamstown have got caught on a couple of occasions where they haven't got those bodies behind the ball. I think if Adamstown need to take the ball into attack, maybe take that little bit of an extra step further now.
And O'Brien riding forward doesn't get the support she wanted from Patrice, and needs to look up and sees the pass there. Kelly Carney's been tackled by a plastic bag as well over there. Takes the solo with her right foot, gets out of trouble. Gives it out to Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy breaks a tackle, gives it to Kelly Carney. Kelly's on the far wing, gives it into Maeve Quill. Maeve has got a Shelmaliers player inside her. Cut out there by Anya Shannon again. He's telling me to hold it away. Ball there with Cathy O'Brien. Cathy O'Brien, is that a charge again? No, the referee is not going to do it. Ball there now with Patrice O'Gorman. Patrice O'Gorman gives it across to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen O'Brien to Katie White. Katie White on the left foot. Will she go for a score? She steps inside Michelle. She looks definitely a foul. She has advantage. And it's a free in that time to Shelmaliers. Lizzie, this will be a crucial score for Adamstown if they can get back on it. They haven't scored now in probably the last 10 or 12 minutes, and their play deserves a score. But again, you have to give credit to the Shelmaliers defence.
Yeah, lots of possession from Adamstown, getting runners off the shoulder, but that final third just not capitalising on the opportunities that we're getting. So as Aileen steps up to take the free, certainly within her range, so an important opportunity for Adamstown here.
About 25 yards out, about 10-15 yards to the left of the post. She gains a few yards edge of the D. She misses that ball, a dangerous ball dropping into Deirdre Fox. That's 2 wides, and the last one dropped short for Aileen. She'd be disappointed. Adamstown really needed a score, but Shelmaliers come away with the ball now. Shauna Murphy, 2 or 3 solos, drives past the tackle really well. Out to Sarah Harding-Kenny, who's very busy, coming out, breaking out of defence, gives a good ball across there to Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly looked to take on her player as she always does. She skips past Sandra White. Sandra Thorpe, apologies. Gives a long ball down there. Little hit off the ball there just afterwards. But Anya Shannon mops it up really well. Out to SJ Flood. SJ Flood bounced the ball, steps back inside to Ellen. Ellen dropping deep, getting really busy. I suppose for Adamstown, they'd like her further up the field. Been well tackled there by Ailish Neville. Ailish Neville not giving up the fight. Ball inside now to Cathy. Looking to play. Ellen's gone again for a turn. Gives a 1-2. She's got Sandra Thorpe on her left hand side again. And again, the attack just slowing down a little bit for Adamstown. They're going to have to build again. Great tackle there again by Ailish Neville, getting a near hand across, picked up by Katie White. Katie White on her left hand side, she's looking up inside, just nothing on for her. She takes on Maeve Quill. Maeve does really well to police her, put her to the outside. Jasmine Martin coming across in the loop, gives across to Ellen. Ellen is tackled there by Eleanor Neville. Taking the sting out of the game now for a minute. Adamstown just trying to hold on to possession. Good ball inside to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen O'Brien cuts across. She seems that Shauna Murphy gets the hand up, makes a good tackle, sends her back the way. Out to Aileen Gilroy, who's in the D. She's marked by 1, 2, 3 Shelmaliers players. Kelly Carney, Shauna Murphy, Roisin Murphy. Sarah Harden comes out to join in. She's got no support left or right. She moves the ball out to the wing to Patrice O'Gorman. Adamstown showing good patience here now. SJ Flood out on the right hand side. Can she work it? Rachel Power makes good run inside. Shows good hands. Been really patient working this ball now. Can they finish this with a score? Will it be a great turnover for Shelmaliers? A lot to ride on this. Aileen goes with the left. She gives a dangerous ball across to Jasmine Martin. Jasmine Martin has peeled out finish. Got a 1-2. A goal chance for Jasmine Martin. Oh, and she's dragged the ball to the left and wide of the goal. And a similar chance, Lizzie, for Jasmine Martin as she had before. Great patience that time from Adamstown. Aileen swung a left foot at a ball across the field as we look at young Ryan, I think, coming in for Shelmaliers, I think, Lizzie, is it? Or Anya Lacey. Anya Lacey's coming in for Lauren Murphy, but that's 2 really good goal chances now for Shelmaliers, and that's just, or for Adamstown, that's the difference at the moment.
Yeah, no, absolutely, as in a really patient build-up play, kept switching the play, shifting the defence, super ball across from Aileen Gilroy, well won by Jasmine, and just tailed wide for Adamstown.
Ball now with Shelmaliers, and usually what happens in these regard is when you miss so many chances at one end, the team goes down the far end and gets a score or gets a free, but well won this time. And here we go, and Clara Donnelly is through, and Clara kicks it to the left and wide and nearly came about, and it's usually, you see it so many times, Lizzie, in games where you own the ball, you don't get a score and the opposition go down and get one attack and get a score, but Clara just pulled that one wide with her left foot.
Yeah, let off for Adamstown there now, to be honest. They've had a lot of possession. Shells have worked massively hard getting behind the ball, but their transition to attack is it's incredible, as in they're getting bodies into the opposition half as soon as the ball starts to travel.
This kick out working really well from Anne-Marie Dunphy-Dale and Gilroy. They need to get it in fast now, and they do. Get it into Sandra and Sarah Harden are being really well tackled. Good ball inside now to Chantel Martin, who peeled off. She just drops that ball there. The crowd on the wall, you can hear the sigh of despair. She takes on Sive. She's got advantage. That time she takes on good. And Lizzie, it's like every game, when you take on your player and try cut across them, it's very hard to stop them.
Yeah, no, it is, and I think as well, just a point of note from that attack, it's interesting to see you have both Roisin Murphy and Shauna Murphy. As soon as the Adamstown begin the attack, they're dropping back into that pocket of space into the D, making it very difficult, congesting the air centrally. So that quick ball from Adamstown will be hugely important to try and get on top of this game.
Aileen Gilroy now looking to get Adamstown back on the board, and that's a super score from Aileen Gilroy. And it's weird the way it has it. She missed probably an easier one before, and then she kicked a really difficult one after, but it shows the character.
Yeah, credit to her stepping up again, and a super finish. Really, it just shows that you think you're I suppose committing fouls in areas maybe where you're giving yourself an opportunity, but with Aileen Gilroy and her ability to send that ball, you're always in trouble. 31
minutes gone on the clock. Chelmsford's 2-2. Adamstown 5 points. Adamstown coming on the attack. Can they get a goal? She looks to be pulled back there by Eleanor. Eleanor Neville just gives Ellen a little pull back on the arm, and Chantel looks to put this one down, and she'll go soccer style again. Roisin Murphy just using experience, making sure they don't take it quick. Chelmsford will be happy enough playing against the breeze after having those 2 goal chances against them to go in leading at half time, Lizzie.
Absolutely, yeah, no, as in, and they've done really, really well. They've really put themselves in a good position in the game. I guess this is an important free from Chantel, puts 2 between them. She makes no mistake.
And a great score from Chantel, and the way she kicks that ball, even if it's under the crossbar, it'll be very, very difficult for any goalkeeper to deal with such power in it. Deirdre Fox again, short kick out to Roisin Murphy, does really, really well. Just takes a hit there from Aileen Gilroy, and Aileen's going to be spoken to here from Kevin Carty. I suppose in fairness, probably just came on the blind side of her, and Aileen is a robust player, and Roisin took that one to the jaw maybe.
Yeah, she kind of caught her with a kind of a follow through on the hand. It was I don't think it was anything intentional. I think trying to play the ball, but certainly caught her and has been ticked in the referee's book. Looks like it could be a blood sub. No, I'm wrong.
Roisin, tough girl, shakes it off. Plays a lot of rugby, so she's well used to tackles like that. Nice little ball inside to Kelly Carney. Kelly Carney on the ball. Been well policed by Rachel Power. Aileen Gilroy, good tackle in there, dispossesses the ball. I'm not sure there. I think it might be still. Don't think there was a foul there. I think it's just a really, really strong tackle and maybe a clash of heads. But I think it's still an Adamstown ball, Lizzie. But in fairness to the referee, he must stop play for a head injury.
Absolutely right decision. Right decision. As in, it looks like it's Kelly Carney down. So, just a heavy collision between 2 players going for a ball. But I think it's certainly an Adamstown possession.
And we probably no doubt in our mind that Kelly will get back up and soldier on.
100%, no doubt there.
And there she is. She obliges. Up she gets. Katie White with the ball. She's looking to go backwards. Gives the ball across to SJ Flood. Shelmsford now with 13 behind the ball. Probably just looking to get this game to half time. Poor ball in there from SJ Flood over the top of the head of Rachel Buckley, and it's cut out there really well. Really, really well there by Ciara Donoghue. Ciara Donoghue is ball cut out there, and this time by Rachel Power again. Out to Patrice O'Gorman, mistimes that solo, gathers it back in, uses those long arms to pick up that ball. Should be tackled there by Maeve Quill. Maeve protests her innocence, gives the ball across now. An overlap chance here now for Adamstown, gives the ball in. Katie to Catty. Catty being well tackled again by Sarah Harden-Kenny. On the loop there comes Aileen Gilroy, and that's a great strike by Aileen Gilroy, and straight over the blackstock from Aileen Gilroy, and again a really, really good interception for Adamstown. They built really well, and a good overlap there from Catty and Katie.
Yeah, Katie White has been doing a huge amount of work here, playing in the wing back position, but seems to have really got that front footed on her. We know what she's capable of, what she's capable of creating, so she's been involved in a lot of good play that's come from Adamstown.
34 and a half minutes gone on the clock. We're well in injury time now with 2 minutes of a water break and a couple of head injuries there. So referee playing possession. That ball has gone out. 2-2 to Shelmaliers, 8 points. Adamstown 7 points. So it's only 1 point game. And Adamstown and Shelmaliers are going hammer and tongs at it here. This is a great game. Loads of quality scores. Great defending. Aileen Gilroy looks across. She sees the busy girl, Jasmine Martin. Is she going to get her third goal chance? And there's no foul there, in fairness to the Shelmaliers defender. Aideen Fitzgerald done really well. And referee takes after 35 minutes, 6 seconds, blows a halt to the first half. And we've a rip-roaring game here. Adamstown playing with a breeze, but I suppose you seen earlier on it doesn't really play that much of a factor in the game, the way the two teams are playing. And Shelmaliers will take a 2-2 to 7 point lead into this game, 7 scores to 4, but that was crucially those 2 goals. Shelmaliers took their 2 goals and Adamstown didn't, and that's the difference in the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely it is, and I think Adamstown will be happier with the finish to this half. They've had a couple of consecutive scores. A 1 point game at half time. I think to be honest, both teams will be reasonably happy going in at half time. As in plenty to build on. It's been a really interesting game in the sense of 2 really attacking teams, and they haven't disappointed in that regard. The Shell's defence, as in how quickly they're funneling back and covering those gaps, I suppose it's something that that's been really, I suppose, beneficial to them and put them in a really good position as well, because it's given them a great platform to build their attacks. For Adamstown in relation to that, they've had a little bit of patient build-up play, couple of wides, but look, it's gone in just 1 point down at half-time. I think they'll be happy enough. Yeah,
Aileen Gilroy, obviously one of the key factors for Adamstown that half. She's kicked her and Chantel, mostly frees probably there, is it 4 or 5 frees out of 7 scores, and she kicked 1 from play, 2 from play, and obviously for Shelmaliers' point of view, Ailish Neville with a great finish and Ciara Banville, 2 really good finishes for the 2 goals, is he?
Yeah, really good, really composed, as in put themselves in good positions, but at times sometimes those can be blasted over the bar, they can be, but really composed finishes from tight angles, so they'll be delighted with that, but I think, in the overall scheme, if you were to look at kind of balancing in possession, I think maybe Adamstown might have just shaded it on possession, but scores win games, so you can have all the possession you want. But it's interesting, as in attacking wise, Shells seem to have dropped Leona Tector further out the field, very different from the last day where she was so, I suppose, involved in the game in the full forward line. So different tact from them today. They're looking at maybe just a 2-person full forward line, and it's created some joy for them.
Maybe with the breeze, there'll be a couple of key factors. Obviously, Anne-Marie Dunphy has used her kick out really well into the breeze with a long ball over the top to Aileen Gilroy. That won't be an option in this half, and obviously maybe Shelmaliers will look to move the ball quicker through the foot with the breeze behind them into the full forward line. Yeah,
possibly. Now, as in, to be fair, Shells are very much, a running side, and they like to move the ball through the hands, and they have great carriers. So I'm not sure the wind is picking up here, but I'm not sure whether it will really affect the game hugely, just with the style of play, as in. But perhaps I will be proved wrong.
Well, we'll take a well-deserved break here, Lizzie, and as I said, we have Shelmaliers 2-2, Adamstown 7 points, and we'll be back shortly with the second half from what proves to be a tight affair, and as Lizzie likes to say, I'm sure it'll go down to the wire. So back to you soon, folks. Welcome back, folks. Everybody looking to get this show back on the road. 2 teams are eager. Only a 7 or 8 minute half time.
Barely had time for the tea.
Didn't even have time for the tea, to be honest. Looking forward to the second half now. Adamstown 7 points, Shelmaliers 2-2. Anya Lacey's gone into middle of the field. Kevin Carty gets second half underway. Ball this time breaks into Ciara Donoghue. Foul that time by Adamstown. Anya Lacey, long ball inside, straight away. Clara Donnelly's gone in full forward. Little ploy maybe from Shelmaliers. Out comes Katie White with the ball. Katie White solos with the left, gets her head up. Tackle there again. Good line there by SJ Flood. Runs into contact. Poor ball on the ground there. Tackled twice there by Shelmaliers. Looks to be advantage. No advantage accrues. So it's a free out for Ellen O'Brien. Ellen O'Brien looks down along the line, gives the ball to Jasmine Martin. Jasmine, 2 attempts to pick it up, gets it up, steps inside, definitely foul there. You can see the arm coming back from here. Shelmaliers using all their experience, not letting Adamstown cut inside. These 2 teams drew at the start of the year in the championship, 1-11 apiece, and I have a feeling there won't be much between them at the end of this game. Again, just for Lizzie's nerves. Ball across the Aileen to Ellen. Well tackled there by Michelle Harden. Can't control the ball on the ground on your knees. Ellen does well to get up off her knees for it. Tackled hard by Kelly Carney. Out to Sandra Thorpe. Sandra back to Aileen Gilroy. Aileen Gilroy looks like she might bounce that twice. Ball outside. McCarthy doing really well that time, getting out in front of Chantal Martin, controlling the ball. Ball out to Maeve Quill. Maeve Quill settles down. Back to Roisin Murphy. They're stuck on the far sideline. A ball down along the line to Aideen Fitzgerald, who continue to run. Back out to Maeve Quill. Maeve, who's not experienced, gives a great ball out to Shauna Murphy. And Shell Milliers are out in open country. Shauna with a great kick pass in over the top here to Ciara Donoghue. Ciara Donoghue helped out by Eilish Neville. Ball inside. Plays a 1-2 with ball across now to Anya Lacey. Here's a dangerous ball with the breeze. Probably might take it away from her. And she controls it really well. Keeps it in play. Gets it back out to Maeve Quill, who was on her own 45 minutes ago. Now she's on the far 21. Back to Leona Tector, looking to size this up on her left. She Gary Owen style puts it up in the air. Breaks, and Emery Dunphy does really well to get a hand to that. And just looks to get clearer lines and kicks it out over the sideline. A little bit more composure probably needed there. The breeze is starting to pick up now, you can see for Shell Milliers. Big hit there goes in on Roisin Dillon, but she does really well to hold on to that ball. Roisin gets it across. SJ runs out into contact and won that time well, that time by Katie. The Shell Milliers crowd aren't happy on the far line, and it's a free out that time to Katie White. And Lizzie, just a couple of Adamstown players taking the ball into contact.
Yeah, as in, really strong and robust defending from the Shells players. Katie White might have been a little bit lucky early doors there, but is doing really well on that left side for Adamstown the whole game. She's really given that attacking threat, coming out well from defence with the ball. So good start to the second half, Anthony.
Absolutely. Ball out here now to Catty O'Brien. Catty O'Brien gives a loose pass there and a chance Shauna Murphy spilled. Usually when you give these chances, Shell Milliers will capitalise. You can see a strong run into the middle of Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly's on the edge of the D, but Leona Tector's looking for her. She gives a long ball here across to the back post. Something that Shell Milliers have done really well. A dangerous ball here to Ciara Donoghue. She recycles the Clara Donnelly left foot. Ball spills. Ailish Neville with a goal chance. Well tackled there by 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant tackle by Ellen O'Brien. Comes away with the near hand. Who's going to come up with this ball? Vital ball there. Shell's come up with it. She's foul. Looks to be fouled there by Catty O'Brien. Just on the edge. And Lizzie again. Adamstown probably getting sucked to the play, and Leona Tector using all her experience, switching the play and opening up the Adamstown defence.
Yeah, that crossfield ball is really causing Adamstown problems, and they had done exceptionally well to recover, got bodies back in behind the ball, and just a soft free maybe to give away when they had got themselves set. So Leona in a very much a scoreable position.
Leona with the fronted boot, a kicking style of hers. Moves Shell Milliers 2 points clear. 2-3 to Shell Milliers, 7 points to Adamstown. We've got 4 minutes gone on the clock. Let's see how Adamstown's kick-outs fare out now. Anne-Marie Dunphy kicking from the 21 after a score. Looks to cross. Good, that's really good. Marking up by Shell Milliers. Kelly Carney wins that ball in the air. Plays a 1-2 with Anya Lacey. Gets it back inside. Goes with the outside. This ball over the top again. Ciara Donoghue, goal chance, and she takes her point again. And again, Lizzie, how many more times are we going to have to say it from an Adamstown point of view? It's really, really well worked from Shell Milliers. Clever, getting her head up, finding a spare player. But who's marking here at number 12 at the back post?
Yeah, it's like Adamstown are just getting caught, getting sucked to the ball. You know what I mean? And that ghosting run to the back post has caused untold damage today, Anthony.
Super ball across by Kelly Carney that time. Won the kick out. Stepped inside. Little punt pass outside of the right boot. And picked out Ciara Donoghue well. A goal chance. Grace Clowney seems to be coming in there for Lynn Cowman. So Grace Clowney is introduced to the game in place of Lynn Cowman. Kick out now. Goes to Shell Milliers. Shell Milliers starting to dominate this game. Loose pass. Goal chance to Clara Donnelly on the left foot. Strikes the crossbar. Back to Anya Lacey. Goal for Shell Milliers. Another goal for Shell Milliers. And again, Lizzie, we spoke about how important the kick out is. Adamstown turn over the kick out. The hard run again. Clara Donnelly ghosted through the middle, smashed off the crossbar, and like all good forwards, Anya Lacey reacted quickest and buried the ball low and hard.
Yeah, another really good finish from Shells, but it's come, the Shells are really squeezing these kickouts now, and the joy that Adamstown were getting in the first half on kickouts has seemed to be nullified by Shells.
Nice little kick out this time from Anne-Marie. Every time the previous scores, the goals Shell Milliers have got, Adamstown have responded with a score themselves. Ellen O'Brien looking to give it to Grace. Grace straight into this game. She'd be disappointed but she didn't start, but she wants to get a foothold in this game. Ball in there, Aileen Gilroy now. I don't know, in fairness to Sarah Harden, she went in hard there and Aileen took it as well, so don't even know if there's a free there myself, Lizzie. It's sort of a collision.
No,
She turns just straight into her, and I'd probably be a throw ball.
I think it is, Anthony, yeah, as in it was a heavy hit between two very committed players, but Aileen literally just turned and Sarah was on the shoulder, so yeah, I think it is a hot ball.
In fairness to the referee Kevin Cardy, you can see how he judged it. Aileen just turned, and Sarah, like she likes to do, she likes to hit hard and hit early, and in fairness, the two of them went full-blooded for it.
Yeah, I'd say they both felt it anyway by the looks of things.
But again, Shelmaliers 3-4, Adamstown 7 points, and the tail of this game so far is these goal chances that Shelmaliers are creating, and we just have a little bit of a break in play that we all could do with now. Nearly 7 minutes gone on the clock. Shelmaliers leading this game by 6 points and just starting to pull away. What's important now from an Adamstown point of view, Lizzie?
Yeah, I think it's important to just get the scoreboard ticking again, just get a score or two on the board, just get themselves back into the game, as in, and normally when they have responded very well to when Shells have gone and got a couple of scores, but important to keep the scoreboard ticking now, because Shells will keep driving on, and as in, you could very quickly find yourself out of the game, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Sarah's at the shrugging that one off. He seems to be giving a free to maybe Rochelle Millers in possession of the ball, I'm not sure. Shauna's looking long. You can see Shelmalier starting to kick this ball along in the first half. Well won there by Anya Shannon. Anya Shannon's really pressed me in the last two games. Ball out to Aileen Gilroy. Aileen sidesteps the two tacklers. She looks across the field. She has Katie White. She drives past the player. Eleanor Neville's doing really well sticking her. Sandra Thorpe comes out on the loop, finds a bit of space, gives the ball across to Patrice. No inside forward line at the moment for Adamstown. They're looking to work the ball through the hand, and when you don't have anyone inside and you turn it over there, you're going to be in trouble. And Roisin Murphy has turned over a mountain of ball there in the half back line. Ball across the side, McCarthy driving this team forward. Shelmalier starting to get a foothold now and starting to press on in this game. Ball inside, it's a loose one there from Kelly, just a bit too high. Picked up there now by Roisin Dillon. Roisin has got Anya Shannon in support. Anya moves the ball out to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen O'Brien gives it out to SJ Flood. SJ Flood looks across the field looking for support. She has support. She goes back to her goalkeeper, Anne-Marie Dunphy. Shelmaliers with a high, really, really high press in this game. Loose ball here from Anne-Marie Dunphy. But Cathy O'Brien looks to get her body in line. Gives the ball. She's got Roisin Dillon outside her on the sideline. Adamstown do really well to bring this ball out of traffic. Ellen with a hand pass into the wind over the top to Rachel Power. Rachel Power's operating on this wing here again. Good sidestep there from Roisin Dillon. Adamstown moving the ball really, really well through the hands. Grace Clooney looking to drive forward. Been tackled hard there again by Roisin Murphy and Michelle Harden. This is where Adamstown have been breaking down the last few attacks. Get the ball into Jasmine Martin. They need to get their head up. And just as they're attacking, the crowd on the wall aren't happy, Lizzie, but you can see a pattern developing. Adamstown are moving the ball really well through the hands, but it's breaking down then when they get to the D. I know and Shelmaliers are doing really well to transition from attack to defence.
Yeah, I think when Adamstown moved the ball forward, that penetrating run off the shoulder needs to be in place. It's either that or that ball needs to go in a little bit quicker. Just like Adamstown got joy against Shells when that ball went in a little bit quicker before they could get that defensive line set. But at the minute it just seemed to be, and I suppose you're all for retaining possession, but at some point there has to be that penetrating run that breaks the lines, and as in if Adamstown don't start adding that, they're going to find themselves in a real uphill battle here.
This is all suiting Shelmaliers perfectly. 3-4 to 7 points or 6 points up. 10 minutes gone in the second half. The more stop-start this game is, it'll suit Shelmaliers at this stage. When you have a 6 point lead, you're happy enough for the game to be slow. Katie looks inside, gives a high ball across the Aileen, shows good hands, steps inside Shauna Murphy. Shauna does really well. Brilliant tackle by Shauna Murphy. Absolute execution of a tackle, brilliant. Well done. Great outside the right boot down to Ciara Donoghue. Ciara Donoghue's been on a lot of balls. She's done really well for Shelmaliers. And look how fast Shelmaliers are able to get the ball from one side of the field to the other. It's up in the full forward on Lacey. Good support there again from Ciara Donoghue. We said Ciara would run all day. She gives a loose ball inside. But Lizzie, the difference there is Shelmaliers moving the ball through the foot really, really well there. Went from their own 21 to the far 21 in about 6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah, the key for both teams here is in defences are setting up quick and getting bodies behind the ball. So the only way to beat that is to move that ball quickly or get runners off the shoulder that'll break the lines. It's the only option.
Kick out this time, and as we've seen in the Junior A game, probably not much of a fall for the goalies. The wind takes it when it goes up in the air and takes it over the sideline. 11 minutes gone again. Stop-start nature for the last few minutes. Just the intensity has died down a little bit. Roisin Murphy, nice simple little ball into Ailish Neville. Ailish Neville back to Roisin Murphy. Roisin with a nice hand pass in again over the top to Ciara Donoghue. Ciara Donoghue's ghosted into these positions time and time again. Leona Tector picks up the ball. She looks to try and work a goal scoring opportunity. She's probably done for steps that time. And again, Lizzie, Ciara Donoghue seems to be ghosting in the left-hand side every single time.
Yeah, no, and she's created havoc in there, to be honest with you, Anthony. Absolute havoc. Just not being picked up, and that ghosting run is just causing real problems for the Adamstown defence.
One thing you try and coach in, isn't it? Like that, you ball stolen away from Michelle Harding, and she just overcooks the pass that time. Just saying, the one thing you try and coach, Lizzie, into players is continue your run forward, because if the defence is switching off, you might get in behind.
Absolutely, and I mean the one thing you're looking at your defenders just to try and get themselves back behind the play, and just don't let that attacker get the run on you. You
can see Shamir's going zonal here on the kick out, marking her players from the outside, giving Amory Dunphy a headache, but that's really, really well found there by Amory Dunphy. Super strike into the breeze to Rachel Buckley. Rachel Buckley trying to get forward, and again you see how quick Shamir's get the bodies behind the ball. Great work there from Kelly Carney and Roisin Murphy to sit back in the pocket. Sarah Harden tight on Sandra Thorpe. Ball is with Katie White. She's driving forward. Maeve Quill giving chase. Gets a great hand across her. Stops up the momentum. Ball in, great line by Aileen Gilroy there. Gives a great ball inside to Sandra Thorpe. Sandra Thorpe gives a poor hand pass in. Well cut out there by Cy McCarthy. And I suppose Chantel had just stolen in behind, and the ball had to go. But turnover again now by Adamstown. This game is heated up in the last few minutes. Katie White, low ball inside to Chantel. Chantel probably need to weave a bit of magic here now for Adamstown to get him back into this game. Back out to Katie White. Slow to move the ball now, just minding that football. Maybe they've been out of possession for the last few minutes and they're trying to keep it. Quick ball across here. Good hands there by Rachel Power. Gives it across to Ellen. Ellen's been tackled hard by Clara Donnelly, and Clara Donnelly attacks that ball first. Clara Donnelly driving Shelmaliers up the field again. Gives it to the ever-willing Ciara Donoghue, who's been on the ball a lot. Gives it inside. Anya Shannon picks up. Great battle there between Ciara and Anya Shannon. She gets up off her knees and makes the tackle a little bit. Anya Shannon gets a good hand in. Ellen backtracks, gets the hand on the ball. Rachel Power needs to come to the ball. Roisin Murphy comes up behind her, stands her up really well. Rachel gets a mistimed solo, gets a dangerous ball across. Great line there again by Rachel Buckley. She cuts a poor solo in, and Shauna Murphy mops that up again. Excellent reading of the game by Shauna. Gives the pass and continues a run. Gives it to Roisin. Roisin will spot Shauna up along the line. Gives a great ball, and this time it's no forwards inside for Shelmaliers, but Shauna Murphy will carry the ball. Gives it to Ailish Neville. Now Anya Lacey looks to be inside. Ball seems to be gone out over the line, says the lineswoman, and just a fumble of the ball there by Ailish. But any mistakes that Adamstown are making, and again Roisin Dillon makes a mistake and kicks the sideline over the sideline, and that's poor now from Adamstown the last couple of minutes. Just the game has gone a bit sloppy, Lizzie, the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, as in it's just need to settle it back down again, as in Adamstown, and a lot of the ball being played in the middle third of the field. There seems to be at either end lack of bodies, just attacking wise. So again, Shell's on the ball, starting to build the attack again. Huge amount of work from both sides, huge effort, and again another turnover there, but as in the game just needs to settle back down. Adamstown need to go back to the plan, and start just getting that scoreboard ticking again.
But Lizzie Shelmaliers will be bad mistake there from Aileen Gilroy. She kicks the ball back straight to Clara Donnelly. Adamstown defence out of shape. Ciara Donoghue again stealing, and Ciara Donoghue hasn't played much football in the last few years for Shelmaliers. But I tell you one thing, she's having a fine game today.
Yep, super game, as in she's causing havoc in there, and you talk about the different matchups over the game as we head into the water break, but that's always the thing with Shells. They always have a couple in different areas that pop up on the big day, and Ciara Donoghue is certainly doing that for them today. Adamstown will be happy to get to the water break, I think, maybe to regroup and get set again.
Again, you see Aileen Gilroy with her hands on her heads there. Just, I suppose what we're seeing at the moment is we're seeing a team who's probably been in the first final in 29 years, and we're seeing a team that we spoke about during the week, full of experience. You see Leona Tector now galvanising the troops, driving them on. Shelmaliers have been ruthless the last 20, 30 years, and they're probably not going to take their foot off the pedal here, I doubt.
Absolutely not. No, you need never worry about that. I suppose, Shells will keep going to the very end, as true champions do. It's interesting. It was, I suppose, a similar stage as in there was probably a little bit closer in the previous game earlier in the league. Adamstown were behind for a lot of it, so they certainly won't be giving up the ghost just yet. But a 7-point swing there. Shells will be just delighted going in at this.
You're hoping for a repeat, obviously, Lizzie.
What do you think, Anthony?
I bet you take a draw right now. As I said, 3-5 to 7 points. Ciara Donoghue there with the last score. You can see Chandeliers have pushed up really, really high on the Adamstown kick-out, pushed up on all the defenders, and Adamstown are doing really well to work the ball out, but probably not getting the ball into the inside line quick enough where they have. Like Jasmine got 2 goal chances, hasn't got on the ball really much in this half. I know, in fairness to Shell Milliers, I keep saying it, they're working, like Kelly is working so hard there. She's up on the far 45, and when Adamstown turn over the ball, she's back in her own 45.
Yeah, it's the transition. I think that's really the difference at the minute. So when Shells go on the attack, they're going from defence to attack at a ferocious pace, and similarly defensively. So when they lose the ball, they're getting bodies back behind the ball. But Adamstown are going to have to throw everything like the kitchen sink at this now. So something needs to change in this half for them to get themselves back into this game. They need to get some scores on the board. So I think they'll have to try something, and they'll have to start moving that ball a little bit quicker, as you mentioned, as in getting a huge amount of possession, but as in no point in having all possession without getting scores on the board.
Amazing stat. We have 17 and a half minutes on the clock, and if I'm right, Adamstown haven't scored in the second half. Haven't kicked some lovely scores and created a lot of chances in the first half, but I suppose that breeze is actually a bit stronger than we think. Tricky ball here from a kick out, well won this time. Ellen needs to show her strength, does really well. Ellen O'Brien has been excellent for Adamstown, been on a lot of ball, gives a great ball down the line here to Rachel Power. Rachel Power now looks inside, she's got Sandra Thorpe being well marshalled there by Sarah Harden-Kenny, and tackled this time well done by Roisin Murphy, and Eleanor Neville tigerish on that ball, comes up to Rachel Power. Ellen tries to drive through a tackle, but there always seems to be 3 or 4 Shell Milliers players around the ball inside. Katie White is met by Maeve Quill. Katie White steps inside, looks inside, gives the ball. No, she doesn't give the ball. She gives it to Kelly Carney, and she mistimes the ball, and it's a feature of Adamstown play these last few minutes. But out comes Roisin Dillon with this ball, and Adamstown are going to need to start penetrating this Milliers defence if they're going to get back into this game. Aileen looks across. She got Ellen O'Brien on the far side in acres of space. Ellen looks to probably get the scoreboard ticking, high looping ball, and it's gone to the left and wide, and Adamstown, Lizzie, probably need to take all those chances.
No, absolutely, and done well to get themselves into a scoring opportunity. They'll be disappointed with that, but Adamstown need to start moving the ball that little bit quicker. They're still allowing Shells to get set. That quick ball, and just need to start looking at that. It's the joy they had with it in the first half. 7 points down, they need to try something different now, Anthony. Ball
this time is won by Grace Clooney from the break. Katya O'Brien gives the ball away, and Adamstown have to stop giving this ball away. But from Shell Milliers' point of view, they are really, really happy with how they're going in the last with 10 minutes to go, 11 minutes to go on the clock. Really well tackled there. Anya Lacey using her size and strength, gives the ball off to Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly has got an acre of space to put her. Great line from Ailish Neville, looks to be fouled. The referee gives it penalty for referee had given advantage, and it hit the post, and there was nothing happened. And again, we're seeing a polar opposite of two. One attack is struggling to break down the opposition. Shell Milliers do what they do really, really well, move the ball fast. Clara comes from deep, opens up the defence, and Ailish made a great line. And in fairness, I think she was fouled there going through, so it's a deserved penalty.
No, certainly a penalty. Yeah, as in when Shell start running those lines, and if you haven't got those gaps filled, they really will. It'll cut through you like a knife through butter, and create great opportunities there. An opportunity there off the back of that. As in they're just being more useful with the ball.
On the take there with the penalty. Well saved by Anne-Marie Dunphy. Well saved, and can that be a catalyst, can that be a little catalyst for Adamstown to lift the siege here now? Super penalty, and Leona probably, she was ruthless enough. We know Shell Milliers ruthless, went for the goal. In hindsight, obviously, she probably thinks she should have put it over the bar with the lead they had, but when you're 11 yards out, but a super save by Anne-Marie, Lizzie.
Yeah, super save, as in, stood on her feet, got her feet across the goal. Really good save, and, will that give Adamstown the impetus to maybe build, but Shell's from a 45 still in possession and on the attack again.
Ball there, Michelle Harding, dangerous ball inside, and this time it goes to the left and wide, so Shelmaliers come away with no score from that penalty, which is 20 minutes and 45 seconds gone on the clock. Shelmaliers 3-5, Adamstown 7 points, a 7-point lead for Shelmaliers, and they rarely lose from this position. If it's going to be a dream come true for the Adamstown ladies, they're going to have to pick it up in the last 10 minutes. Caddy O'Brien struggling to get out over the fence. Huge work rate from the Shelmaliers girls. Rachel Buckley drives through 2 tackles and she gives away the ball. It's been a feature of they've missed time solos 3 or 4 times there for Adams. Good tackle that time by Eileen Gilroy, back on Roisin Murphy. Picked up well by Ellen O'Brien. Ellen O'Brien shrugs off the tackle, gives it across to Jasmine Martin. Jasmine really busy in the first half, looking to get on this ball more in the second half. Gives a lovely ball inside to Grace Clooney. Grace Clooney has been busy since she's came on. Another missed time solo from Grace on the ball, on the loop to Ellen. Ellen is fouled there by Kelly. Kelly just using her experience. And then Adamstown looked to move this ball quick, but Claire Donnelly intercepts it. And out come Shelmaliers again. And Claire Donnelly has been absolutely instrumental in this second half, driving this Shelmaliers team forward. And look how fast she looks to go forward. Doesn't want to go backwards, wants to go forward. Kelly with a great run. Being tackled there by the substitute in, young Leah Furlong, who came in the last day and scored a goal for Adamstown, has replaced. We'll find out in a minute maybe. I'm not sure. Long ball inside there to Anya Lacey. The long ball is working really well for Shelmaliers. The breeze seems to be taking that one away from her. She's been marshalled there by Cathy O'Brien. Anya stands her up, cuts back inside, gives the ball back out to Ailish Neville. Shelmaliers will be happy enough to take the sting out of the game now. Hold on to possession and frustrate Adamstown. Showing all their experience. Michelle Harden-Kenny pops it again into Anya Lacey. Ailish Neville after making that run. Just a collision there, no free, says Kevin Carty. Play on. Gives it out to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen O'Brien be tackled really well by Shauna Murphy. Gets the ball to Lee, and this is where Adamstown need to move the ball in quick. There's 2-on-2 inside, but the ball is spilled again in the middle of the field. Well tackled there again by Eleanor Neville. Eleanor Neville gives the ball across to Anya Lacey. Plays the 1-2 back to Roisin. Roisin goes for a speculative on, and she kicks with the outside at left. But again, Lizzie, Chantel and Jasmine, 50 yards of space in front of them, and Adamstown just refusing to kick the ball in.
Yeah, as in acre of space there. Just need to start getting that ball in, like less than 10 minutes to go. 7-point game, need to start doing something different.
Here we go again, space in front of the forwards. Will they move the ball in quick? Look to run it through the hands. This time she kicks it in. There's a ball in over the top. Jasmine Martin is in after it. This has to break. Aileen Fitzgerald does super. Does really, really well. Ball out to Roisin Murphy, who's handled a lot of ball in this game. Gives it out there to Michelle Harden. Out to Maeve Quill. Out to Aileen Fitzgerald again from Shauna Murphy. Aileen continuing to run. Ball across Kelly Carney, showing great hands again. Adamstown slower to transition back, and here goes Ciara Donoghue again in over the top. She's another goal chance, and she buries the ball to the right hand side of Anne-Marie Dunphy. And we had one goal chance probably at one end, straight up the field. And I don't know how many times we're going to say it, but Ciara Donoghue has got in on this left hand side time and time and time again. I know she's like Simon and Jodie, where she's just relentless in her running and she's hard to keep up with, but it's been a real feature for Shelmaliers in this game.
Yeah, it's been the dominant outball for Shells, you know, as in Adamstown have been on the press, you know what I mean, and getting caught back in behind, so it's really put Shells in the driving seat coming into the closing minutes.
Shelmaliers 4-5, Adamstown 7 points. Amazingly, Adamstown haven't scored in the last 24 and a half minutes. Granted that 2 of them were for a water break. Ball inside now, Aileen Gilroy. Aileen's been quite the last few minutes. Gets the ball inside. She's looking to move that ball forward. A goal chance needs to come here now. She's taking on 1, 2, 3. She's taking on, but Shelmaliers won't be let her in, and Aileen kicks a super score around the house. And that's Adamstown's first score, Lizzie, after 25 minutes of the second half, and that tells the whole story.
Yeah, it does, Anthony, you know, as in days like today you got to keep that scoreboard ticking, you know, you got to keep yourself in contention, and 25 minutes certainly too long to go before you know, getting ourselves on the scoreboard.
A substitution here now for Adamstown, bringing in Claire Stevenson, another young player, Liz, is it, yeah? And Chantel Martin has gone off. Chantel will be disappointed obviously, but like to be in her credit, there's not a lot of quality ball has gone in there in the second half.
No, absolutely, Anthony. And as in, we know how dangerous Chantel is when we get that in there, get that ball in there. But as in, ball just hasn't gone in. And it's been a feature of Adamstown's play in the second half here. All the play around the middle third and just inside our own half forward line. But I suppose just trying to add a bit of freshness and just add a bit of energy to the Adamstown attack.
25 and a half minutes gone on the clock. Shelmaliers with a comfortable 9-point lead. This game looked really, really in the balance at half time, but Shelmaliers have shown all their experience to pull away, cut Adamstown open when they've got their chances, and look at again the bodies that Shelmaliers have back, and Adamstown are struggling to break this down. Ball recycled back out to Jasmine Martin. Maybe could have put someone on the edge of the square and put a few balls in. Grace Clooney sidesteps inside, gives the ball across again. The chance there for the substitute Claire Stephen, ball in over the top. Deirdre Fox comes out well, and really, really well covered there by Sarah Harden-Kenny. Again on the goal line, clears that ball, dives on the ground and gets her hand to it and pushed around. But Adamstown, very, very hard. If you look back, you've got 13 or 14 players behind the ball for Shelmaliers, and they're not going to give up this lead easy.
No, absolutely. As in Shells are notorious, and credit to them for the capability of closing out a game. So I don't know what the ref has stopped that up there. You'd imagine at this stage Adamstown might throw somebody in on the edge of the square and just maybe go route one, just try something a little bit different.
Ball in now from Cathy O'Brien. Sandra Tarp is stood up there by Shauna Murphy. It's a free in for not looking. Referee's not allowed and take it fast. Just a tick in there for Shauna. But you can see Shelmaliers using all their experience, Lizzie. They're 9 points up. They're probably going to be, we call it systematic fouling, or they're going to not let Adamstown in easy.
No, absolutely not. And as in, as we mentioned, great team to close out a game. As in, still working massively to get bodies behind the ball. Oh.
Again, just a collision there. Kelly gets one in the face. I suppose Kelly takes a lot of hard lines and attacks the ball really, really hard. And look, I don't think he's probably going to just give her a tick. And I think it's a feature of the ladies' game. We don't want to see players being put off for them sort of tackles, because the work and the training and the condition now that the ladies put in, it's a physical game. Kelly takes a hard line. Yes, she was fouled, but I don't think anyone looking for a yellow card around there, Lizzie.
No, and in fairness, nobody seems to be. As in, it's been a really, really good contest in that regard. Just matching each other, heavy hits, not dirty, just heavy hits, going hard for the ball, competitive on both sides. So Kelly's back up. No fear of Kelly staying out for too long.
Ball just really well placed from Deirdre Fox over to Eleanor Neville. Eleanor Neville has put a serious shift in here and running, while Clara Donnelly obviously has been hugely influential in this second half, getting on a lot of balls, setting up scores. Again, lovely ball in over the top. Shauna, what a ball back in. Really good relationship between Shauna and Clara. And Clara kicks an absolute wonderful score. And Lizzie, that is transition at its very, very best.
Yeah, and that is Shells at their very, very best, getting the ball from one end to the other, quick and fast, the likes of Clara. When Clara is like this, I've said it before, she's unplayable, a super talent, and a good finish to give Shells a 10-point lead.
10-point lead, yeah. And Grace Clooney coming out, done really, really well since being introduced into this game, looking to take the fight. Ellen O'Brien, as you said, handled a mountain of ball, high tackle that time. Michelle Harding, again, just using referee. If he's not going to book her, he's probably just better off letting it go. He's probably going to book her this time, is he? No. He's warning her now. Maybe she's on 2 or 3 ticks. 29 minutes gone on the clock. I'm sure she won't really affect Shelmaliers. She's gone to the bin just for a high challenge. She'd probably take that at this stage, Lizzie. Killed 30 seconds or a minute and didn't let the Adamstown break forward.
Yeah, as in it's a good challenge in relation to slowing down the play. So I don't think that they'll. I don't think that she'll mind too much. Ball
in now to Sandra White. Sandra White has been a nice find for Adamstown this year at centre forward. Good tackle there by Sarah Harden-Kenny. And she dives on the second ball. Her and Sandra Thorpe going at it, looking for it, and really, really well tackled there by Sarah Harden. Got a strong hand in on Aileen Gilroy and dived on the second ball. Ball goes up between Anya Lacey and Aileen Gilroy. Aileen Gilroy tries to bar through 2 tackles and she's fouled there again. Again, just Shelmaliers take the sting out of the game. Happy enough to give away a free. Aileen needs to get the scoreboard moving again. There's exactly 30 minutes gone on the clock. We've had it. Aileen takes her point, and it's 4-6 to 9 points. Back to a 9-point game. Adamstown bringing on a few more subs, introducing a little bit of young blood. That's probably going to be the future of the club, Lizzie.
Yeah, as in, the great thing today, you look at the Adamstown panel, I think it's a long time since they've had a squad of 31 players, so I suppose there's a mix of youth and experience coming on. I see you've mentioned Leah Furlong already, just coming into the play here now is Roisin Stevenson as well. Massive shift from the Adamstown girls, and as in it's good to see I suppose the opportunity to bring on these players, and they won't weaken the team here, I can assure you that. And
Siobhan Cloak has been introduced, another definitely person that won't weaken the Shelmaliers team. Rachel Stevens seems to be giving a job now to Mark Clara Donnelly. Quick ball inside now, and well read there this time by Sive McCarthy. Sive McCarthy gives and goes like all good cornerbacks should do. Gives across Roisin Murphy. Lovely ball across here to Sarah Harden-Kenny. A lot of this display, Lizzie, will please the Wexford manager Paul Carty. A lot of his Wexford stars have really stepped up to the plate and played well here in a big game.
Yeah, across both sides, to be fair, as in, looking well, moving well, is in the quality of football again. We said it already. Okay, there's been mistakes in parts, but in general the quality of football has been really good today, and a real battle, and a real, I suppose, what's happening here?
Sorry, she hand passed the free, so we both a little bit of surprise there. 31 minutes 41 seconds. 31 minutes and 41 seconds gone on the clock. Aileen Gilroy again trying to drive forward. Well tackled there by Eleanor Neville again. Gives the ball back out. Doesn't give the ball. She looks great ball across here to Rachel Power. Rachel Power looks inside. She sees Jasmine. She goes short into Sandra. There's a lot of bodies there for Shelmaliers. Will find it hard to get through. Ball down over the line, and that's a waste of possession again. And again, if they got their head up, Jasmine Martin had made a great run in behind Shelmaliers' defence, but I suppose the game Adamstown play, Lizzie, is moving the ball through the hands, and it just hasn't worked for them today.
Yeah, no, and I think that's probably down to how Shells have set up as well. I mean, they've put ferocious pressure, probably from their half back line and back into the D. They've made it really, really difficult. They've I suppose in parts prevented Adamstown from playing the game that they like to play. I said at the start that it would be defences that I felt whichever defence came out on top, I felt would win the game, and it looks like that it's shaping out that way.
Long ball again, which has got great rewards for Shelmaliers. Long ball in Tanya Lacey. Leona battling there with Anya Shannon again. Great battle in fairness in this game. Grace picks up that ball, gets the ball to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen O'Brien takes a solo, gives it across here to Sandra Thorpe. Sandra Thorpe looking inside. No inside line again. Jasmine makes a good run across the field. Just seemed to be absent of a full forward. A great ball inside from Aileen Gilroy. Super ball into Claire Stevenson. Claire Stevenson steps back inside. Just probably should have caught that ball, but she was through on goal, but then again just didn't execute the skill. And who comes out with the ball? Only Sarah Harden-Kenny again picks up the breaking ball. Roisin Murphy using all her experience to leave it down to Deirdre Fox. Shelmaliers 4-6, Adamstown 9 points, 33.5 minutes gone on the clock. Out the ball to Ailish Neville. Ailish controls that ball really well, pops the ball. Great run again by Roisin Murphy. Breaks through tackle, takes a bounce, takes a solo, looking the side, breaks off another tackle by Leah Furlong. Gets her free inside, looks to slow it down, gives the ball back to Roisin and Lizzie. The cup is going to be residing probably in the Porterhouse tonight in Castlebridge.
Shell's in no hurry obviously to take that free. They look to try and close out this game here into the dying seconds, and I suppose second and third quarter, particularly the third quarter, Shells really, I suppose, imposed their dominance on the game, and they haven't let up all day.
Ball there now kicked out from Emery Dunphy just into SJ Flood. SJ going down to the middle there now into the Shelmaliers defence, and ball left behind there by Ella English. Ella popped off to Ellen. SJ Flood is after picking up a knock there for herself, and ball into Aileen Gilroy from Ellen. Aileen looks to move it down inside to Sandra. Sandra gets it out to the right wing. Good line there again from Aileen Gilroy. Aileen Gilroy steps back inside. She's well policed there by Shelmaliers. Aileen Fitzgerald, who's done really, really well in this game. Little tug of a jersey there. Sandra Orp coming on the loop there. So many bodies back there. So hard to get through for Adamstown. Tackled there hard by Siobhan Cloak and Sarah Harden-Kenny again. And out comes Shelmaliers with that ball again. and it's been their whole fulcrum of their game plan today is that defence. And Kevin Carty brings an end to proceedings, and I see Mag Doherty over there is celebrating hard with her mask on. And in fairness to Shelmaliers, Lizzie, they've been full value for today's win, and they've done the 3 in a row after being beaten 3 years ago. They're back at the top, and that's 3 titles in a row again for Shelmaliers, and the train keeps on rolling.
Yeah, absolutely, and as you said, as in massive display from Shells, and as in that defence, it was just a foundation for everything that they did today. Obviously the 4 goals is a massive help in that regard, but to shut out, as in to keep Adamstown, who've been free scoring in the championship, to just 9 points it's a massive feat for their defence. And when they got their opportunities in front of goal, they made no mistake. And disappointing for Adamstown. Put in a very first half display. There was very little between the teams at all. And that third quarter, Shells really just went up through the gears. And you go back through the experience of Shells. As in, look, they're celebrating there as if they've as if it's their first county title, so it's look at, as in, I'm absolutely been honest, I'm absolutely devastated for the Adamstown girls, because I know the huge amount of work and effort that has gone in, not just this year, but for the last number of years. And they can hold their heads high. They have a whole parish and a community behind them who's hugely proud of the effort. Our first final in 29 years, and they left everything out there, still on the attack. The last play of the game, Adamstown are still on the attack. So I suppose a hugely proud Adamstown, gutted for them, but a hugely proud Adamstown woman sitting here today as well. But I suppose congratulations, absolutely in order to Shelmaliers. Yeah,
looking back on the game, the score at half time was 2-2 to 7 points, and it's finished up 4-6 to 9 points, and Shelmaliers outscored Adamstown 2-4 to 2 points in that second half, and it took 25 minutes for Adamstown to register their first score. And I suppose at half time, the one thing that Alan Cowman, the manager, would have been saying to Adamstown was, let's get a foothold in this game, let's get the scoreboard moving early. And it just never materialised for them. Yeah,
just couldn't get that scoreboard ticking. And I think, to be fair, a lot of that is down to the, the defensive setup of Shells. They just didn't give them a minute. The experienced players of like Shauna Murphy, Roisin Murphy, they really filled that gap and made it very difficult for Adamstown to, I suppose, make an influence on that game. And I suppose you really, hit in a nutshell. You can't go 25 minutes without getting on the scoreboard. That's really, what I mean. And as in, I suppose that really is the story of the game today.
Just stay with us now, folks. So we'll just take a small break here to hand over to the chairman, Dennis Nolan, as he presents referee Kevin Carty with his medal, and he's going to call upon Kelly Carney, the captain of Shelmaliers, to present the winning trophy. So we'll be back just after the presentation, hopefully with a couple of interviews with maybe some of the Shelmaliers winning team and management. So stay with us, folks.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, just on behalf of Wexford. I don't know how many times, but I say, well done, girls, fantastic achievement. I say, hard luck, Adamstown. You tried to the bitter end, and you can hold your head up high, one out of here. You've done your best, and that's all anyone can ask you to do. Again, I'd like to thank our match officials. I'd like to thank the Rapparee Salaries Club here for the use of facilities for the day. Fantastic facilities to get, so I'd like to sincerely thank the Rapparee Club. I'd also like to thank, I suppose, our main sponsor, Wexford LGFA, Zurich Insurance, for their financial contribution during the year. And I'd also like to thank Bodybro, who sponsored our senior championship. I say well done to Dan and Ben, and wish them all the best in the future. So now it gives me great pleasure to present the cup. Paddy is going to present the cup, the Quill Cup, to the Shelmalier captain, Kelly Carney.
I'm definitely going to keep this short. First of all, I'd like to thank all our management team. There's too much news to name out. For a year that we didn't actually think that we were going to have a football championship, it ended up being a great one. I'd like to special mention to Adamstown. It's a great game. Keep your heads up. Keep pushing on. You'll be there or thereabouts. Just keep pushing on, stick together. That's my advice for you, and fair play today. And well done on making it to your county final after 29 years. I'd like to thank the referee, the linesman, and everyone in Bellfield for giving us the facilities today. It was a great day for our game, so I'd like to thank them. The rest did a great job, so fair play to them. Lastly, I'd like to thank all the girls standing in front of me. You make me very proud to stand up here and collect this cup. We all know as a team what the cup means to us. We were never going to go down without a fight. Fair play to you all. You all played your hearts out there today. It made me very proud to walk up them steps and collect the Northfield Cup on behalf of the Sherman House team. And then just finally, I'd just like to say just a quick word to all the frontline workers. If it wasn't for the frontline workers, to be honest, we wouldn't be having this here today. It's great that we've got a championship in 2020, and just for everyone else, just in relation to county, let's just push on. County starts next week, so everyone just get together, and hopefully we'll have the same amount of people supporting the county team like we did have today. And just one little word, sorry, just for the supporters back at home. It's not nice having no supporters here. The atmosphere would have been a million times better if they were here, but we know ourselves, our supporters back in Castlebridge are always going to be behind us, and they are behind us now when we bring this cup home to Castlebridge here. So just finally 3 cheers for Adamstown. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
So, Liz, I know it's obviously a tough gig, but that's what you signed up for. We'll try to get a hold of maybe 1 or 2 Shelmaliers players, but we'll let them rejoice and let them enjoy their celebrations, because look at their performance today, deserved it really.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, Anthony, and as you said, absolutely a tough gig today. No point in pretending otherwise. But you know, you have to take your hat off to the Shells. You know, put in a stellar performance there today. And the one thing you'll always get with every Shells team that goes out on the field is that honesty of effort every single day, you know, and it's very obvious to see that this means a huge amount to them today. You know, it's hard, I won't lie, it's hard looking at the Adamstown team, I suppose heading over to the dugout again, obviously, you know, a huge amount of effort, you know, wasn't to be today, but, you know, I suppose it's yeah, I should look at Anthony, no point, just very difficult to put words on it today, but can't take away from the Shelmaliers and a terrific performance from them. But you know, Adamstown can keep their heads held high. You see the yellow wall over opposite us here, they're there in support, you know, and I have no doubt that the Adamstown people will welcome the girls home, you know, this evening, and you know, it's a massive achievement in what they've done reaching this final. And you know, as in Kelly mentioned it, stick together and drive on. You need never fear about that with an Adamstown team, because that's exactly what will happen, and I have no doubt that their day will come too.
I suppose for the Shelmaliers team now, Lizzie, it's you know, Kelly spoke about it there in her interview, and she said just spoke about the county team, but for Shelmaliers, you know, if this team really knuckles down and has a crack at the Leinster Championship, you know, they could go places. No,
there's no doubt, you know, as in we'll head out into the Intermediate Championship, and you know, I have no doubt that this team will be thereabouts there, you know, serious calibre of players. And you know, you often mention, you know, the star names, the names that we're all familiar with, but you know, Ciara O'Donoghue stepped up today, and that's what you get with the Shells. It's never just about one or two, you know, it's about the collective, and I think they'll have a really good rattle at the Intermediate Championship.
You know, as we look down at them here now, and we look through their team, and we're going to be joined by the captain Kelly Carney and Sarah Harden-Kenny, their cornerback, now in a minute for an interview. But as we look through their team, we know about players like about Shauna, Clara and Roisin and Kelly, but Aileen Fitzgerald really stepped up to the plate today. And as you mentioned, if Paul Carty is looking on, Ciara Donoghue, she was very influential in this game today.
Yeah, no, she she was hugely influential and a massive player for the Shells today, and similarly, like, Sive McCarthy, Deirdre Fox, when you start mentioning names, there's a lot of, I suppose, household names, but again there's that sprinkling of youth through the team as well. So I have to take my hat off to Ciara Donoghue today. Super performance.
Just before we're joined here now by Sarah Harding Kenny, number 4 for Shelmaliers. Come on in here, Sarah. Dennis, you. Step down here, girls. Yeah, so you can do the same height. Step up. Girls, it means a lot to you. 3 in a row. Half time, the game was all to play for 2 to 7 points, and Adamstown didn't score for 25 minutes in the second half. But we alluded to the fact on the camera here that your defending and your work rate was just second to none.
Yeah, look, the simple thing, the wind never won a game for anyone. To be honest with you, they won the toss, they went with the wind. We were happy enough we were going to go against the wind anyway. Experienced team. To be honest with you, our defence today was absolutely outstanding, and it's not even been told from the sideline. It's girls have it in their heads. Clara at 2 or 3 stages just came back, intercepted balls. I just think defensively we were set up really well, and we did just little hands in. I think it went really well for us today.
Sarah, from your own point of view, you were obviously given the job of Mark and Sandra. She was very influential in the semi-final. She's a few years on you. You stuck to the task really well. Adamstown got a good foothold in the game really early doors, but those 2 goals gave you the cushion to build on.
Yeah, the goals kind of calmed us down and made us settle, but it's not easy, Mark and Sandra or any of the Adamstown forwards. It's always like just every ball, you don't know if it's going to go over your head or what, but have to give it to Sandra and Chantel and all the Adamstown forwards. They're very good.
How many times were how many smacks in the face did the 2 of you manage to pick up today, Kelly?
I was just like, not the nose, hit me anywhere else but the nose. No, I don't know. To be honest, look, you put everything on the line there today. It's 60 minutes of football, it's a county final. Adamstown will come back again. I've no doubt they'll come back stronger again. At the end of the day, it's not easy. It's 29 years since they've been in the county final. Would like to congratulate them from getting into a county final. Thanks, Lizzie. It's not easy. They'll learn from that. As a player, you do learn more from losers than you're ever going to learn from the wins. But just fair play to them for getting to a county final. I hold my hands up to them, fair play to them. But I'd like to congratulate our girls. I thought our girls were exceptional today. The word.
Sarah, what drives Shelmaliers? Like, what is it that fuels them? You are after winning 3 in a row again. That's 11 now in the last 10 years. You are relentless.
Yeah, no, every year it's just a new year. Like, it doesn't matter what happened the year before, we just take it step by step, and winning whatever the 7th, 9th or whatever is the same as the first. Like, it means as much as the first.
7th or the 9th. God love you.
No, I'm not with it.
Last count now.
But it does, like, it means the same as the first one I won. Like, this one is even sweeter because there was more pressures after our performance in the semi-final. The pressure was on to perform today, and just that win at the end, it was just a bit of relief too. Yeah,
Kelly, you spoke about the inter-county setup, but we just mentioned here before he's joined us, after looking at that display there and seeing how hungry he's looking, how fit he's looking, he's now should be going on and competing in Leinster Intermediate and giving it a right rattle.
Yeah, definitely. Like, as a whole, COVID hasn't been easy for anybody. Like, it hasn't been easy for any of the girls. I'll be honest, I genuinely didn't believe there was going to be a championship. Did we do much before the football and before COVID let us start playing again? We didn't do much as a team. We've always been a team that thrive on rest. To be honest, Pat is very good that way. I just think it did stand to us today, and hopefully with the team that we have there today, with that defensive display today, I think we'd hold any set of forwards. To be honest with you, the girls have it in their heads, and I think we'd hold any set of forwards there.
And last, Sarah, how special is it for you after seeing the men lift the hurling title a few years ago, and you were probably the one line in the roads? Are you hoping obviously they're going to repay the favour, and how special will it be going back to Castlebridge with basically all the intention on yourselves?
It'll be nice, hopefully. Like the lads, they always just look and everything, so it's nice to have the 2 trophies back, and the lads are out tomorrow, so hopefully they'll knock on forward in the football too.
Not too far now, we're hoping.
Poor old Sarah's after getting a knock to the head. I just like to explain to everyone she actually doesn't know where she is.
Girls, you have been a breath of fresh air. I'd like to wish you the best of luck in the Leinster Championship. Wish you the best of luck at Wexford this year. I hope you drive on and you're the fully deserved winners, and well done again.
Thanks a million.
Alright,
Thank
girls,
you.
well done.
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, lad.
So folks, just to wrap up here today, obviously from a disappointed Lizzie Kent beside me, and I'm a happy Anthony Masterson. We Castledown have won the Junior A title for 2020. We've had a super victory for Kilmore, and in fairness, Lizzie, we have to take our hats off to Shell Milliers. You heard the two girls, and you know the two of them are they're ruthless and relentless, and they're everything you'd want in a team. And people probably hate them for it, but everyone hates them for it. It was like probably Man United back in the day, or everyone hates Dublin now because they're just so ruthless and relentless. But it's some characteristic and some quality to having your players in the team.
Oh, absolutely, and as in, you know, it's to be admired as well. You know, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. You know, you talk about these teams that go on and win. You know, as you said yourself, 11 out of 10. 10 years, 11 years out of 10.
I said 10 out of 11, didn't I? Or 11 out of 10, sorry.
But you don't, I suppose, achieve that without having those characteristics. And I think that's something that Adamstown will learn today. I think that's, you know, it's a big day, it's a big occasion, and it's a big learning for them. But yeah, absolutely, you have to credit Shells with that and that attitude. They're celebrated down there like it's their first county title. So I don't think that there'll be any, I suppose, taking their foot off the gas.
And just on lastly then, Adamstown obviously as well, they'll obviously be bitterly disappointed because when you get to a final you always have hopes and win it, but it has been a great year for them regardless of everything that's happened. It's their first county final in 29 years. They have a really, really young team coming through, and like they'll be back. Surely they'll be back. Oh, they will be back, and that I have no doubt about. You know, as in Kelly alluded to it already, it's been a really, really challenging year for everyone, and they've brought such positivity and passion to the area. You know, it's really I suppose lit up the community, and you know, they're a credit to themselves, they're a credit to the club, and they're absolutely a credit to their families, and they'll take a lot from today. You know, there's a huge amount of work being done in Adamstown and been done over the last number of years from the schools. You know, we've 3 schools in the area, from Newborn, Raheen and Adamstown. Huge amount of work being done there. Our games promotion officer James Flynn is involved in helping drive that area of things as well. As I mentioned already, we're that one club model now, and you know, to see us, I suppose, I've seen the days where maybe we've struggled maybe to field 15, and to see a squad of 31 players, and to see some of the youngsters like the likes of Ella English and Leah Furlong and these girls make their way onto this team. You know, that's what we want to see, you know, and to see 31 on the squad today, it's just fantastic. And I have no doubt, I'm 100% sure of this, that Adamstown will take a lot from today, and they will be back. Well said, Lizzie. We look at Shell Milliers coming victorious across the field, and we'll say congratulations to Packwill and his management team and all his players, because they came here to perform today, and they did perform, and they go home deservedly county champions. We wish them the very, very, very best of luck in the Leinster Championship going forward, and we hope everybody follows everybody and follows the teams that are in the Leinster Championships, and we wish Wexford ladies team under Paul Carty the very best of luck as well. Thanks a million from myself, Anthony, and from Lizzie. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We had a couple of glitches earlier on this morning for the intermediate match, but hopefully we got it fixed and everybody enjoyed the coverage over the last few weeks, and we'll see everybody out and about. So thanks a million, folks, and best of luck.